nothing at all, thank you. My legs are just fine and dandy. Are you stupid or something? Honestly, as stupid as a stupid girl.
Hello everyone, and welcome to your Austin Real Estate Daily, our daily video blog about Central Texas real estate. My name is John McClellan.
I'm Jason Lewis.
We're going to give you a little bit of information about what's happening in our neck of the woods right here in Central Texas. And Jason, it's been a little stormy out lately, hasn't it?
It has been stormy, John. We have gotten lots of information over the last several months that have not necessarily been the best of news, but what it does do for us is it sounds like there's a lot of people getting out of the business. What were the numbers on the...
Yeah, it looks like from the state of Texas, it looks like almost 50% of the loan officers who were licensed out there in the past are no longer there. It's been a pretty big storm. We've had compensation changes that are coming. We've had licensing changes. We've had the business just tighten up a lot. So a lot of storms out there, a lot of things getting people out of the business. The good news is that's a culling of the herd. So although business is down as a whole, we have a bigger market share now, so our business is actually doing pretty well. I think it's even going to get better in the future. However, we've got to weather that storm, just like old Forrest Gump did.
Speaking with local officials, this reporter has learned, in fact, only one shrimping boat actually survived the storm.
After that, shrimping was easy. Since people still needed them shrimps, shrimp cocktails and barbecues and all, we were the only boat left standing.
Hey guys, I want to give you some information about what's happening with Desktop Underwriter, or DU or DO. That's the computer program that we use to pre-underwrite files to Fannie Mae guidelines. Gives us an approved eligible or whatever else. And maybe
automated system.
It's an automated system.
Speeds
that's right.
things up in theory.
That's right. So they made an announcement the other day that on October 14th they're tweaking the system. They're tweaking it just for us.
That usually doesn't mean a good thing when it's tweaked. But
Yeah, lately tweaking means we're taking debt-to-income ratios from 64.99 down to 45%, or we're getting rid of all kinds of other guidelines. Well, actually, this tweak is actually a good thing. I think they're trying to ramp up some of the appraisals out there. So what they're doing on their October 14th tweak of DU is they're allowing for more appraisal waivers. In fact, in the announcement they sent out, it says the new DU will allow more borrowers to qualify for appraisal waiver when they're doing a refinance. So if you've got buyers out there, if you've got people that are trying to refinance, you couldn't get them a loan because you couldn't get an appraisal for it, well, you might want to try re-DUing that file, putting it back through DO or DU to see if you get that appraisal waiver on it. Hey, anything that helps.
Yeah.
IRS. That is a word that you probably don't want to hear very often, and some of the buyers who bought in the last couple of years and used the first-time home buyer tax credit are going to be getting a little call from the IRS, and it's not good news, is it, Jason?
No, it's not, John. It's of the 1.8 million people that are trying to take advantage of the tax credit, it appears that not all of them are taking advantage of it in the right way. Now, there were actually two different forms of the tax credit, what we would call the 1.0.
Yeah, version 1.0 and version 2.0.
Version 2.0 is the one you want to be a part of. It is when it was actually free money. You were a first-time home buyer, they're going to give you an $8,000 tax credit dollar for dollar. Well, there was a time frame right before that where it was a loan, an interest-free loan for 15 years that was paid back at $500 a month.
That's version 1.0.
Now, if you did not do this correctly or file it correctly, there are borrowers out there who are actually having to pay back a loan when they purchase it at the correct time. So the main thing is, know what the tax laws are on that, talk to your CPA, and make sure you're filing this correctly, or you could be paying back money you shouldn't have to. Yeah,
that's right, guys. Remember, there's a lot of buyers out there right now who bought in the last couple of years who may not know which one they qualify for, and one of them they got to pay it back, and one of them they don't. And if they end up not paying it back and they get audited a couple of years, there's going to be penalties on top of that money too. So make them aware.
Make them aware.
IRS.
So I think in the near future there's going to be even a lot more people getting at this business, but like John was talking about, market share, that's huge for us. We may make less per file, but if you've got more files to work on,
better, bigger market share.
Bigger market share.
When the market comes back and you have a bigger market share, now you're going to have a bigger market share there, which means just more business. That's the whole survive and then thrive.
Survive and thrive.
That's right. Run, Forrest, run!